Let's talk about the weighted mean. We're going to do this beginning with an example. Let's say a student's final score in a course depends on assignments, his score on quizzes, midterm exam, and a final exam. If all those components had equal weight, given that a student earned 90% on assignments, 100% on quizzes, 60% on a midterm, and 50% on a final exam, what would the score have been? If all components were equally weighted, his score would just be an average of those. So 90 plus 100 plus 60 plus 50 divided by 4 gives 75%. Now, couldn't I have written that like this? Couldn't I have distributed the 4 to each of these components and written it like this? 1/4 times 90 plus 1/4 times 100 plus 1/4 times 60 plus 1/4 times 50 equals 75%. In fact, I could, and this is implying that actually the regular average mean formula is just a special case of the weighted mean where all the weights are the same. Keep this in mind when we answer the actual question, where the weights are different. In the actual question, the weights are 10% for assignments, 10% for quizzes, and 30% for the midterm, and 50% for the final. Now these are all in the same order, so I can answer the question with these actual weights. This is how we would write the weighted mean for this example. 10% times the score of 90% on assignments. 10% is the weight times 100% score on quizzes. 30% weight times 60% score on the midterm. And 50% weight times 50% score on the final exam. Try and remember weight times score plus weight times score plus weight times score plus weight times score. That is the weighted mean formula. I could represent the weights as percentages or decimals like I did here, or as fractions here. The point about the weights is, however you represent them, they should total 100% or 1. In this case they do. 10, 10, 30, and 50 make 100% or 1. What is the answer? Punching this in your calculator, being aware of the order of operations, will give you the answer. 62% is the final score. It's lower than if all the components were equally weighted. In fact, the final exam was poorly done by the student, as was the midterm, in spite of his high quiz and assignment grade.